My next guest is back in action for OKTAGON MMA. Going to be fighting August 9th. Going to be taking on Dominick Humburger. It is Mark Hulme joining me here on the program. Mark, how you doing, man?
Hey, bro, I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. Let's get into this, bro.
Yeah, it's a really, really fun fight. But I actually want to go all the way back to your fight in February, that really big win you got over Andre Michelinas. First round submission victory. I know you didn't get paid by the hour. Could that fight have gone any better?
Sincerely, it couldn't have, bro. No one knows, but I tore my lat 2 weeks before the fight. Just told the doctor to keep quiet. If he told anyone, I'd come and fucking slit his throat. Went to the fight. As we landed in check for the first session, I told my coach, hey, I can't use this right arm. He's like, what do you mean? I say, well, I mean, I tore my lat. I can't use it. This is the new game plan. Jab, slip hook. And would you have it? Slip hook started the end for Michelinas.
You take pride in the fact that you finished him faster than Alex Pereira did.
To be brutally honest, like, I don't think about shit like that.
Okay.
A lot of people made a big movie about it. It was just a job, man. He was the guy in front of me on the night. That's my job, to finish him, hurt him as badly as I could, and I'm happy that I did that.
Yeah, it all worked out. And let's talk about Humburger. 10-2 record, 12-fight veteran. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
I actually can't believe that Humburger was the first one available for me to choose. Out of everyone, that's who I wanted to pick. And yeah, when it was my turn to choose, Humburger was standing there. I just watched him fight. I feel really excited for the fight. Someone that brings the heat, and he's gonna feel the heat on the 9th of August.
Why specifically did you want to fight him? Just for people who might be wondering.
While I was sitting there, I'm watching everyone. I've watched all the guys that already fought. I obviously know myself, and I saw something really interesting in Humburger. Number one, I think the guy carries too much muscle. I watched some of his older fights when he was skinnier, probably before and he looked slow, bro. He looked like someone that I could pick out, like just pick apart, eat him little by little, bite by bite, until he crumbles under the weight.
As far as training partners and stuff, who's been helping you get ready for this fight?
Yeah, so for this fight in particular, I've taken a slightly different approach. Having that injury 2 weeks before my last fight was obviously shit. No athlete wants to go through that. And I've had to take the approach to really look after my body. And in saying that, I've moved away from a lot of contact, like a lot of contact. And the way I'm doing it now is mental and programming. Like literally just programming all the strikes, all the wrestling, all the jets that I want to do, and better believe on the 9th of August, you're going to see that.
What about the weight cut? How's all that going ahead of the fight? We got a little bit of time here.
Oh, bro. Let me show you the weight cut.
There we go.
Let me show you the weight cut. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, weight's never, ever been an issue for me. I mean, I cut to welterweight for many years, and it was never the smartest thing that I could do. Now I've actually bulked up to middleweight. So I'm walking around comfortably. I'm well fed. I'm pulling heavier weights than I've ever pulled. And if I had to make weight next week, I would.
We talked a bit about camp there. How's Dricus Du Plessis looking ahead of his title fight? He's actually fighting shortly after you are.
Let me tell you, that man is on a roll, bro. When he says you're going to be surprised, I believe you're going to be surprised.
You know, he does sort of this subtle trash talk when it comes to like social media and stuff. Do you think he's maybe the most underrated trash talker in the sport? He does a really good job of kind of just sliding in things here and there. He doesn't make it flashy or anything, but he's really good at trash talking, I find. He must be like that in the gym.
Yeah, he's good at what he does. You know, fighting is not just in the cage. It's the interviews, it's the podcast, it's all of that shit. So the reality is, in South Africa, we've got a big banter community. Like, if you're not talking shit to your friend, then he's not really your friend.
Yeah.
And I think that just put him in an ideal situation to talk shit to people who actually deserve it.
Your corner, what's that going to look like? Who'll be in the cage with you for this one?
My corner will be Dino Bagatine. That's the same person that came with me last time. Then I'm bringing my strength and conditioning coach, Ignatius Loupcher, and then I have a little surprise as a third man for the fans.
Okay, a little teaser there. That's always interesting. And how's this fight playing out on August 9th? How do you see it unfolding?
I feel obligated to say first round submission.
Mhm.
But if I really had to put my money somewhere, I would go second round TKO. Humburger likes to come out and play a little bit of possum. He's really well composed. I think that's one of his superpowers. I think that's the thing he's actually best at in fighting. So he comes out slow in his first round, pulls you, blitz, pull, blitz. And in second round, he tries to really turn it on. A lot of guys gas themselves against him in the first round. I think it's the adrenaline dump. So realistically, first round submission or second round TKO.
And if all goes well, obviously on your side of the bracket, do you have a preference in an opponent after this? I know you're not looking past August 9th. The focus is on that opponent, but you got the Stanton, you got the Nzintik winner. Like, who would you rather fight if you had the choice?
Brother, look, let me tell you a story, bro. We're all standing there. We lined up 8 guys. We fucking pick our numbers. Whoever picked one goes first. So Engesik's first. He stands there. Then number 2, Mick Stanton. He walks straight up, bro. No fucking hesitation. He walks to Engesik. He didn't stand next to him. It was his manager, but he picked him. And in that moment, I was like, I wonder what Mick Stanton knows. Because we shared a week together in Prague. He told us that he's got a photographic memory. I think he's really intelligent. And the confidence that he walked up to Engesik with told me that keep your eyes on Mick Stanton. Mm-hmm. I don't care who I fight. Either one of those, like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Come. But it's going to be a good one, bro. I want to see what Mick Stanton has planned for Engesik. We know Engesik's a roller. We know he comes to fight. Honestly, if Mick Stanton had no other choice and he chose Engesik, I would have said Engesik, but not. Mick Stanton was confident in his choice, and I'm really excited to see how that one plays out.
And if, again, not looking too far ahead here, but if you win this whole thing, man, aside from the money, like, how big would that be for your career in terms of, like, obviously we're on the Ultimate Fighter. I mean, this is one of the biggest tournaments in the world that's going on right now in MMA. Like, have you thought about the implications of winning this whole thing and, coming out with some nice cash in the end?
The cash is a byproduct. We'll get to that now, but the reality of this tournament for me as an athlete is I'm coming out there to put on a show for the fans. I'm coming out there to really impress. I mean, whether it be a submission or a TKO, but I'm going to do damage. I'm going to really look to hurt this guy. It's what I need. Like, if we're going to be honest, you look at my record, 13-3. I could be in the UFC, but I'm not, because I've won my fights without taking damage and submitting 8 out of the 16 guys. So my last fight with Michaelides, you could see I didn't take him down. He dropped. And same with Humburger. Like, I can probably submit him in the first round if I really wanted to, but that's not what I want. That's not what my heart desires. My heart desires spectacular finishes. My heart desires to put on a show for the fans and ultimately to get a knock from the UFC.
Speaking of the UFC, any plans after this fight to go out to Chicago and support Dricus for his fight, or are you going to be at home for that one?
Brother, I'm going to have to see how the celebrations treat me, if I'm even going to be able to travel anytime soon after the fight. But I wish Dricus all the best, bro. I don't think, whether I'm there or not, he's going to clean up the show.
Yeah. What do you think, too? I mean, obviously, you know how Chimaev fans are, and he's coming off a really good win, right? He submitted Robert Whittaker quickly in the first round. I'm sure you're noticing some of the narratives being like Chimaev's going to finish him easily and all this different stuff. As someone who trains with him and knows how good Dricus is, and we've seen him go 5 rounds, that'll be a factor in the fight. Like, what do you think of sort of the narratives of people maybe overlooking Dricus a little bit in this fight just because of what Chimaev's done?
Yeah, to that, I would say be careful what you think, in the sense of, I mean, Dricus has not lost in the UFC once, right? Yeah. He's not lost once. Every single time he's been the underdog. You know how much money people have made on Dricus Du Plessis?
Yeah, it's true.
So, I mean, if people want to be stupid and put their money on a fucking Chechnyan whore, then do it. I'm going to laugh at you afterwards.
Yeah, it's going to be a great fight. And this is going to be an awesome fight too, man. OKTAGON 74, August 9th. You don't want to miss it. Again, OKTAGON putting on some of the best shows in MMA right now. Mark, thanks for making time, man. If there's anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
Much appreciated, bro. Mark Hulme MMA. That's Mark, Hulme MMA. Go check that shit out. I don't like it, but I have to do it. Then Johnny's Liquor, Mr. Paul, thank you for supporting me. Yeet, thank you for backing me. And Mama, I love you.